So recently, after 18 years, I've decided to come off Facebook altogether. And I'm sure you'll be asking, why? Well, there's a plethora of reasons. But in no sort of order, I'll tell you why. But before I do, it would really help me out if you could smash that like button down below. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you. So the first thing that comes to mind is consequences. Facebook is a lot different to what it was 18 years ago. I have to admit, when I first joined Facebook, I felt liberated, as I could say anything I wanted really. I actually got in touch with the bullies I'd experienced at school, and because I thought at the time I would never ever see them again, I more or less expressed that they couldn't do anything to me anymore. But lo and behold, years later, I actually meet one while having a night out in town, and he attacked me. I've learned over the years to be more selective regarding the things I say on Facebook, because it might just come back to bite me. The next reason is perception. I mean, Facebook is great because you can add your friends and your family, or those you've met many years ago, and they already had a perception of me based on my interactions with them in the real world. And as you know, the way we act in the real world and online is far, far different. If I bitch and moan about everything going on in my life, I'm going to be a nuisance to them. You might think it's not my problem, but that perception you've already created in the real world is then more or less shattered. You'll be no more than an annoyance to them. You know, when you bump into a friend on the street and they talk about something you've done, you then wonder, how on earth did they know that? That's happened to me on more than a dozen occasions, and it's somewhat creepy knowing that they know what you've been up to and where you've been. I think it was 2011 when sharing your location became a thing on Facebook. First, I couldn't believe it, sharing where you've been. But as the years have rolled on, it's become common practice to share where I've been. Facebook is addictive. I think you all know that. For me, I would spend hours mindlessly scrolling posts. It's not just addictive, but when I post something, it gives me a dopamine hit. A short but lived dopamine hit. You might think it does wonders for your mental health. It doesn't. Believe me. Facebook is like hanging out with all your friends. But I think that time is best spent doing something else. I think being on Facebook creates more problems than it solves. I've posted things on Facebook, and eventually it is going to trigger or offend someone, even leading to actual violence or losing a job. Speaking of jobs, when I post on Facebook, it is always set to the audience of friends only. But I've learned that isn't always the case. I've lost jobs because someone has taken screen grabs of what I've been posting on Facebook and has sent them to the employer. Some of those times they've actually added more horrible stuff to make it worse. Thankfully, I can tell when that happens because I used Photoshop for many years. Those things have gotten me fired, but I'm not naming any names. Friends should always be used loosely on Facebook, because you never know when a friend stabs you in the back. I've not even factored stalking. Facebook makes it easier than ever to stalk someone. That's not to say that I've ever stalked anyone on Facebook, but it does happen. While you might think stalking online is perfectly harmless, it's not. Nor is actual stalking. And lastly, my data. I don't think I need to explain all of the data leaks and controversies Facebook has faced throughout the years. At least with my iPhone and Mac, I don't have to worry about my data being sold. But did you know that every photo and video that you post on Facebook, Facebook owns? Yes, if you're uploading stuff to Facebook, they own it, regardless if you think you own it or not. And I am saying no thank you to all of that. So my account is due to be removed from their servers in a month. But if I want to, I can hop back on. I must admit my willpower is low and the temptation to go back on Facebook is there. There are times when I take a photograph or a thought pops in my head. I think, oh, I'll just hop back onto Facebook, only to realise I can't. And I don't want to go back on. Just to be thorough, I'm still on Facebook, technically, as I will continue to use WhatsApp to be in touch with friends and family. So what did we do before Facebook and social media? Well, we would talk in person, which is hard to do when I live alone, but I can keep myself busy doing chores, or I can go for a walk. I think in the long term it'll be good for me to get rid of these old habits of wanting to post and share every detail of my life. So that leaves me to ask my viewers, would you consider leaving Facebook? Have you done so already? And if so, how does that affect your everyday life? Oh, and while you're there, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.